First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, Yeshe Tsogyal Buddha Mother, and the Tara who dispel plagues and epidemics. Simu Tanzan Katsu, Tutan City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and our distinguished guests. Good evening. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? We will skip the languages of the other countries for today. And someone said today, this is the flu season, and it's the peak of it, and we have a new source. So you're all very brave to come and still attend this grand ceremony. So someone said, so all of you who are here today are friends in life and death. But those who are not here, sorry, no more to say, nothing to say. And someone said it quietly here that those who are not here, just friends for good time. But those who are here today are friends in life and death. They may watch the webcast. So at this Rainbow Temple in Seattle area, today we have over 600 primary supplicants. This is something that never happened before. We'll see about next week. So for next Sunday, February 9th, at Sunday 3 p.m., there will be Vishkambi Bodhisattva Homa fire offering ceremony. Why is Vishkambi Bodhisattva called Vishkambi? Which is eradicating the enshroudment. So when you are enshrouded by ignorance and attachments, that's the enshroudment, and hindrances and obstructions due to greed, anger, delusion, pride, doubts, jealousy, and envy. So greed, anger, delusion, pride, doubt, anger, envy, and jealousy. So if you don't want to eliminate ignorance and attachments. And if you don't want to eliminate these hindrances and obstructions, then you don't need to register for primary supplicants. So I will not force it upon you. If you want to register, you can. But if you don't become primary supplicants, then you don't want to get rid of your hindrances, your enshroudments, that you will always be amidst the ignorance. So that's for next Sunday, February 9th at 3 p.m. There would be the Viskambi Homa fire offering ceremony. I hope that we will have 800 primary supplicants. But that is impossible. But Grandmaster is doing the impossible mission. Today, as I was performing the merit dedication, Grandmaster actually, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva is the personal or close attendant of Amitabha Buddha. So Avalokitesvara, Amitabha Buddhas, Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva, they all came to this place. We all know that Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva is truly compassionate. And we also know that the first Buddha Mother of Tibet was Yeshe Tsogyal, Buddha Mother. She's the first and foremost Buddha Mother in Tibet. And her past origins were numerous. During the era of Sakyamuni Buddha, she was Ganga Devi, the goddess of the Ganga River. And she was also a bodhisattva, everlasting crying bodhisattva. And she was also Saraswati and White Tara. So White Tara and Saraswati. And her later incarnation was Magic Labdron. And most importantly was Guru Padmasambhava. Guru Padmasambhava was the first patriarch of all Tibetan Tantrayana. And Yeshe Tsogyal was the first Buddha Mother in Tibet. So she is first and foremost Buddha Mother of all Buddha Mothers. So all that are related to the Buddha Mother, starting from Prajna Paramita Buddha Mother to Vajrayogini, Vajravarahi, the four guardian goddesses, the Dakinis of the 8 directions and the goddesses of the 20 heavens, the 5 longevity goddesses of the snowy mountain, the 12 Sri Devi, Saraswati, and many other celestial goddesses all descended together. And Green Tara, following her were 21 Taras. And among them, the Tara, who dispels plagues and epidemic, also descended. So the empowerment today includes Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, Yeshe Tsogyal Buddha Mother, and Tara, who dispels plagues and epidemics, who is related to Green Tara. So the participants of the ceremony today are truly lucky, fortunate. And those who are not here are really having great loss. Of course, we cannot just tell them just fun, just companions for eating and drinking. They may have the reasons for not being here. And earlier, I also sang the mantra of Guru Padmasambhava. Let me tell you, the mantra of Guru Padmasambhava inside Yeshe Tsogyal's biography, she did mention about Guru Padmasambhava's mantra. It's extremely important. If you chant 100,000 recitations of Guru Padmasambhava mantra, then Guru Padmasambhava will appear in front of you. He will appear. She mentioned, if you chant 600,000 times, what would happen? 700,000 times, what would happen? And 800,000 times, what would happen? She mentioned that by chanting only Guru Padmasambhava's mantra, when you reach a certain number, then you would be together with Amitabha Buddha. Just by chanting his mantra. Just by chanting his mantra. How many times? 800,000 times that you would be together with Amitabha Buddha. So therefore, the mantra of Guru Padmasambhava is incredible. It's very remarkable. What was that song? That's how you chant. You can sing it too. That would be good. That would be nice. You would feel energetic after singing it. What I would like to tell you today is a key point that Yeshe Tsogyal, after becoming a Buddha mother and Guru, the most important Dharma that Guru Padmasambhava taught her, of course, is also a lineage holder for the great perfection Dharma. And so the great perfection Dharma is the 9th stage of the Nyingma school, the Bodhisattvahood, Prateka Buddhahood, and Bodhisattvahood. Shravakahood, Prateka Buddha, and Bodhisattvahood are included in the Great Perfection Dharma. And then the Kriya Yoga, Upa Yoga, and Yoga Tantra. Those are the three tantric practices. And then Maha Yoga, Anu Yoga, and Adi Yoga. Altogether, the 9th stage of the Buddha Dharma included in the Great Perfection Dharma that was taught by Guru Padmasambhava primarily to Yeshe Tsogyal. When Yeshe Tsogyal was 13, she was married to the king Trizong Techen. When she was 16, she started to follow Guru Padmasambhava. And the most important Buddha Dharma that I will teach you today came from the hidden treasure inside my brain that I would like to teach you. There are two things that belong to Yeshe Tsogyal. One is the footprint of Yeshe Tsogyal when she was young. We have it at the True Buddha School. So the footprint of Yeshe Tsogyal when she was still a little girl. Now we have it at the True Buddha Tantric Quarter. So now that you know, please don't steal it, okay? From the True Buddha Tantric Quarter. Because the one who has this footprint is here in True Buddha School. That's the first thing. I will not say who gave it to me, but the person is here. Let me check if it's still here. See, this is the sarira of Yeshe Tsogyal. The imprint of her footprint is not here. It's still at the Tantric Quarter, but this is Yeshe Tsogyal's sariras. So it's not for sale. So we have extremely close affinity with Yeshe Tsogyal. Actually, there are many dharmas or hidden treasures in Nyingma that were hidden by Yeshe Tsogyal and many of her disciples. She was not only a Buddha mother, she also became a master, a guru. She also had many disciples. She spoke the same thing as Guru Padmasambhava. Finally, she said that she ultimately never died. If you invoke her according to the proper Dharma procedure, she will appear in front of everyone. Of our disciples here, there is one who is a reincarnation of Yeshe Tsogyal. Of my disciples here is a reincarnation of Yeshe Tsogyal. And there was another one who saw Yeshe Tsogyal. I believe that now too she saw Yeshe Tsogyal. That she is seeing Yeshe Tsogyal now. What Guru Padmasambhava taught Yeshe Tsogyal, the highest one, was of course Ati Yoga. The highest level of the 9th stage of the Great Perfection Dharma, which is Ati Yoga, the true Great Perfection Dharma. And this was hidden inside Grandmaster's brain and was taken out. And this is the very crucial 5th instruction. And it would give a great insight and inspiration to disciples. The first Dharma teaching is in food. We have to eat every day. What Guru Padmasambhava taught Yeshe Tsogyal, spiritual cultivators, for spiritual cultivators, the most important food is Tanchen Katso. Offerings. Of all the food, what is the most important? You don't know? I have lots of gifts here. You don't want it? How to be fair to the city? What is the important food? Guru Padmasambhava taught Yeshe Tsogyal. What are you doing? Like this. You have to stand straight. Standing like a pine, sitting like a bell, walking like the wind, and lying down like a bow. Don't stand like that. You want to stand upright. If you don't know, please sit down. Let me tell you the teachings of Guru Padmasambhava. The most important food is air. So the most important food in spiritual cultivation is air. Every day you want to take in the good and fresh air. And the most practice in Taoism is also taking in the air. Do complete breathing as much as possible. When you let the air in through the nostrils all the way to the dantian, and even to fill the whole body, even reaching the feet and the toes, and to exhale through the tips of your toes. So in our spiritual cultivation, we want to be able to breathe in the air So the most important food is air. That was the teaching taught by Guru Padmasambhava to Yeshe Tsogyal. Now let me ask you the second question. The second teaching, what kind of clothing should you wear? Use the inner fire as your clothing. Tibet is considered as the snowy land. It's very cold. It's much colder than this rainbow temple. Even on the snowy days, you can take off your clothes. You have to take off your clothes. So you use your inner fire to counter the cold. When you have stuffy nose, you practice treasure-based energy yoga, and naturally the nose will be open. And by practicing treasure-based energy yoga or 9-cycle Buddha breathing or the Yin-Yang practice of Taoism, then you would be warm. So that's the point number 2, clothings. Who said inner fire earlier? You spoke too much. You're really the leader of the pigs. I wanted to ask these 2 Rinpoches. I wanted to test them. Most importantly is to practice inner fire. Once you're able to let the qi or the air come in, then you have to practice inner fire. And the inner fire can also open your apex, and it can warm your whole body and can counter the cold. Inner fire is the treasure of everything else, above everything else. And inner fire is also the treasure of the non-leaking Dharma practice and the light drop Dharma practice. The 6 yogas of Nirguma and Narupa. Of the 6 yogas, the inner fire or Tummo practice is the most important. It's extremely important. Once you have the inner fire, it's very easy for you to gain the great bliss or the clear light radiance. The third teaching is your abode. Now I would like to ask the masters. Master Huijin. So what is the important abode? Protection. You know, spiritual cultivators should dwell or abide in the sky. Okay, you try it. You want to dwell in the sky? Can you levitate and stay in it? Non-dwelling. Then you're dead. Let me tell you, there are many sacred places in Tibet. The 8 holy or sacred places of the Buddha is the places with sacred energy. So you want to live at the places with great sacred energy. So the caves of Guru Padmasambhava is not random. He stayed at the place with good geomancy or good sacred earth energy. There is a tiger cave in Bhutan. In Taiwanese. That's the cave where Yeshe Tsogyal and Guru Padmasambhava practiced. Those are places with good geomancy or earth energy. And in this world, who would knew about that most? Grandmaster, you're right. The first one, you want to find a piece of land with the coming dragon, which is with the earth energy. First, you have to select land with the good earth energy, and then you choose the area with the gathering energy, and watch the flowing water and the surrounding and the direction, whether it's proper or it's the opposite. These are very important. So the dragons, which is the energy under the earth, and the Xue is where the Qi gathers. Sa is the surrounding, the favorable people. Fourth is the water. So the flowing water, does it come to the Xue or the gathering energy? The point where the energy gathers. And the fifth is the direction. If you understand about these 5 points, then you understand about feng shui. Or if you're talking about feng shui, like you have to hang something over there, you place crystal or something. That's just the very minor things. It's not very beneficial. The most important thing about feng shui is that the dragon, the Xue, the surrounding, the Sa, the water, and the direction. So that's your abode. And the fourth instruction is about transportation or moving. Now I would like to ask you everyone. So from the food, clothings, your residence or your abode, and the transportation. So if you know, please raise your hand. How about the reference below? That's too broad. That's too broad. Let me tell you, Guru Padmasambhava instructed is that the transportation or movement is opening your channels. If you open the channels inside your body, You open the channels inside your body. So that's why he's teaching the Vajra martial arts, Vajrayogini martial arts. That's all to open your channels. Once all the channels are open, then you are untouched by pains and illnesses. If they're not open and flowing, then you have lots of pains and illnesses. But once all your opens are open and flowing smoothly, then everything is fine. So to practice inner fire or all kinds of fixed exercises or martial arts are to open the channels. Those are Guru Padmasambhava's Dharma teachings to Yeshe Tsogyal. And now we talk about the body, speech, and mind. Guru Padmasambhava taught Yeshe Tsogyal about the body. This is the simplest question. What should the body do? In the Vajra posture, the 7 posture of the Vairocana position, which is the lotus position. Sit like a bell. So you sit quietly, unmoved, entering into samadhi or meditation. So he told Yeshe Tsogyal the body has to be like that. In the Vajra posture, quiet, stable, and enter into samadhi. The 6 instructions about the speech or the mouth. That most importantly is to chant the mantra, the Buddha's epithet, and the CD Dharma practices, and to let go chatting, talking nonsense, gossiping. They all should be abandoned. You need to continually chant the Buddha's epithet or mantra and to do Dharma practice. That's what Guru Padmasambhava told Yeshe Tsogyal. The 7th point is about the mind. And Guru Padmasambhava said that by the purity of the Buddha and to use the skillful means to protect the world, and most importantly, samadhi. And there would be great bliss, clear light radiance, and emptiness in the mind. And lastly, what Guru Padmasambhava taught Yeshe Tsogyal is about compassion. And primarily is to benefit others, to apply the 4 immeasurable boundless mind qualities, to love your enemies, and to love others and love others more than loving yourself. A human being is very selfish. There's a Chinese saying, if a human being is not selfish, then it's like heaven falling down. But we want to love others more than love yourself. And this way you can attain bodhisattvahood and Buddhahood. And to put all this into practice. Today we have this corona virus from Wuhan. Grandmaster had an idea that may not be able to be applied, but if I am able to go to Wuhan now, I'm willing to go to Wuhan in China and give the resident of Wuhan city and to give them blessings and the blessings on the head to all of them in Wuhan. You don't have to accompany me, I can just go by myself. If mainland China allows me, I can go to Wuhan by myself, to go to the hospitals and to give blessings on their heads to all of them. And I don't need to wear mask or any protective clothing. I can sacrifice my own life to pray and bless them. All I ask is the formless deities, Guru Padmasambhava, Yeshe Tsogyal, and all the Dakinis to accompany me, to give blessings upon them. And I don't wear mask. And I will not regret even if I die. That's my spirit. That's called dumb. A fool. You want to go to Wuhan to give them blessings and pray for them? But that's the kind of courage I have. The instructions of Guru Padmasambhava are extremely important. Visualization, practice, putting into action, and the fruition. Mindfulness of visualization is that you need to be mindful that everything in this world is empty intrinsically. Never think that you have or you own anything. Nothing. That's the visualization of emptiness. That's the Sunyata mantra that we often chant. However, you cannot empty yourself. And the precept pig cannot get rid of sensuality or sex. And the politicians are all about status and fame. Businessmen are all about money. They could never empty themselves. As spiritual cultivator, we know nothing belongs to us, including your own bodies. So, emptiness, you want to visualize or to be mindful of this emptiness. That's Guru Padmasambhava's instruction to Yeshe Tsogyal. Practice. The second word is practice. What is this practice? That your spiritual experience in your body, great bliss, clear light radiance, empty nature, you are able to feel the bliss as this experience, and then the clear light radiance, and you maintain them all the time. That's the practice until the empty nature is perfect. That's the practice. And what is the putting into action. Guru Padmasambhava taught Yeshe Tsogyal everything fake, unreal, fabricated, created are all eliminated, and the only thing left is a truth, is the truth. So in this action is when you obtain the true and authentic Dharma. And the last one is the fruit of fruition. Is the perfect three bodies or three kayas of the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. That's the fruition. So the perfect kayas of Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. This is what Guru Padmasambhava taught Yeshe Tsogyal. And Yeshe Tsogyal practiced according to Adi Yoga to cultivate spiritually. Those are the key points that I would like to teach all of you today. These are what Guru Padmasambhava taught Yeshe Tsogyal, how to cultivate spiritually, how to practice, and I got this from the hidden treasure from my brain. I know Yeshe Tsogyal is a truly remarkable Buddha Mother. And now she is together with Guru Padmasambhava at the highest heaven. And to deliver and to salvage and help sentient beings. So Yeshe Tsogyal are finally together with Guru Padmasambhava. At the Yama King Hall, someone told the Yama King, "Hey, you must have, are you sure you're right? Because I checked in the book of life and death and I wasn't in line." And the Yama King replied, "It's true, it's not your turn yet, but you like to cut in line." So nowadays, the ones who die are not necessarily old people. There are also young people who died because they cut in line. The Afghanistan heaven. I'm 30 years old and I'm still single, so mom told me, please don't always look at others' experience when you're looking for a spouse. I thought maybe I have too high expectation, but mom continued, but you should look at your own appearance too. So living in this world, a lot of things are natural. Just be natural. There's no need to be skewed about it. This is a play of word of Chinese. How are you doing since we last met? But it's a different word. Sometimes we should change our own habits or characters or personalities. At night, after I went drinking with friends, I got on the taxi, and as soon as I got there, the driver asked me, "Hey, young man, did you get drunk?" And I thought, wow, your smell is very accurate. No, it's not about my nose. It's because you climb onto my taxi through the window. Now it's the era for the new SARS. So how do we go on tour these days? Very simple. So the trip itinerary for the year 2020 for the economy tour, it's from the living room to the kitchen, and then to the bedroom, to the toilet, to the bathroom, to the deck, and then to the living room. That's and in cycle. And for the premium tour, it's from the second floor to the first floor to the front yard and then backyard. And it's a free tour. During the Chinese New Year, we often paste the character Fu for fortune upside down. And there's a man that wrote a character money and then pasted upside down, hoping for the money to come. And the wife saw that and slapped him and said, "Who are you giving the money to?" It's very unique, our Chinese New Year this year. It's the very typical rat year. Everybody is hiding inside the hole, lying on top of their nest, rising up the two small ears, glaring their two eyes, watching what's going on outside. And nobody dared to walk around outside, because outside there's a very strange and huge, vicious cat. So this cat maybe is the coronavirus outbreak from Wuhan. So it is fated that we live this year of the rat like a small mouse, and with tiny eyes like the mouse. So I hope everyone has good health, like the squirrels, and lively like the chipmunks, and healthy and hibernating like the marmot, or always happy like the Mickey Mouse. Have a happy Chinese New Year. All different kinds of mice. In the morning, the younger sister of my wife came to the house and gave me a rabbit and said, "Oh, this is what my sister asked me to give you." And then she carried the luggage and left. And then at 11, my wife made a phone call and asked me, "Did you get the rabbit?" "Yes." And the wife said, my younger sister is on a business trip, and please ask me to take care of the rabbit. So can you please feed the rabbit some vegetables? And I'm looking at the rabbit inside the pot with soy sauce, and so I give some cilantro leaves to the dish. It has become a dish. So this is the year of the rat, and most of the greeting cards are like this. Is also play of words of Chinese. The uncountable money, uncountable good lucks, uncountable health. And it just let me think of my childhood that my mom often said that I'll count to 3, and count sounds like mouse or rat in Chinese. Mom asked Xiaoming, on this holidays, how come you don't go on dates? And Xiaoming said, no girls like me. And Mom said, oh, maybe because you're not kind enough. So if there's a girl who likes you, what would you do? I'll do everything. And then Mom said, oh, but my son, I love you, so can you please wash the dishes for me? So we have the Yeshe Tsogyal deity yoga that I will write in my book. But her outfit and Dharma implements are rather different, because mine is from my Dharma. So the Dharma practice for Yeshe Tsogyal will be written in my book at Laughing at the Human Life. And this Dharma practice is from my hidden treasure. So it's different from the image that we have today. So why do we wear red today? So for Kuan Yin, we also have red Kuan Yin. Why do we wear red for Homa today? Because Yeshe Tsogyal, when she left the world, all that's left is hair, teeth, and nails. The rest became blue light and entered into the rainbow light and disappeared. And she was together with Guru Padmasambhava. And Guru Padmasambhava is Amitabha's Buddha's body, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva's speech, and Sakyamuni Buddha's mind, the union of the 3. So Guru Padmasambhava was also from Amitabha Buddha. That's why it's red. That's why we wear red today. That's the main reason. And of course he wears blue clothing, and of course you can change whatever clothes you like to wear, and you can also carry different Dharma implements. Some is a Damaru or Kapala or Kachanka. So Kapala filled with Amrita, and there's also Damaru or Vajraceptor. So she can change any Dharma implements, but her primary color is red because they have gone to Amitabha Buddhas. That's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum.